Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Echo Underground podcast. I'm Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about movies, music, and TV shows. And
what else we find interesting? You forgot. No.
I was about to say it. No, we can just continue it. You have a very interesting intro now, okay? So, on this episode, we're going to talk about the movie Baywatch, starring The Rock. And I think it had Zac Efron in it, and I don't know the other dude's name. So
the two really biggest names, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, basically. So, I'm actually gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it about a B minus. Mostly because it's very predictable. You know, one thing I did like, it didn't take itself too seriously. Like it knew had a ridiculous plot point. And overall, the characters were over the top and kind of crazy. But it worked, you know? It did work. I did laugh in the movie. But honestly, even though I give it a B minus, I could have waited to see it. On a DVD or something.
Yeah, honestly, that would be ideal. Because it's one of them things where it's you see the trailer for it. And you can't really go in there criticizing a movie that you know is going to be a little, over the top and tropey and stuff like that. So it's I know what I'm getting myself into. Can't really get mad at whatever else I see in here. I mean, that being said, it was a funny movie. Zac Efron was hilarious in this movie. And I think even all the supporting people in this, I think everyone in this movie had some kind of comedic aspect to them. So it's you know what? I know what I got myself into. Can't really get mad at anything I see in this movie right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of agree. So, before we get into the movie, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
There will be spoilers. We're going to try not to give away, even though, honestly, the movie's kind of predictable.
Yeah.
So, even if we gave it away, you probably would have saw it coming when you watched it.
This plot's been taken 100 times already, so you'll be alright.
I mean, it's based off the TV show, and the TV show was pretty ridiculous. It's about lifeguards, solving crimes. Mm-hmm. So, the plot's kind of eh. Alright, so, one thing, my favorite character actually turned out to be, is his name Ronnie?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ronnie. He's stupid, but smart at the same time, and I kind of liked his relationship with CJ. Even though I don't think realistically she would have even looked at him. She probably would have thought he was weird because there was that scene where he was she introduced herself and everything before he got his...
The very first time they had an interaction, yeah.
And he just was horrible.
Yeah, no real English happening that time.
No, it was just sound. It was and I was like, dude, what? But I think he had a lot of good moments. I think one of my favorite moments is his little dance sequence with the bad guy.
Yeah.
Leeds, I think her name was.
Mm-hmm. And
it's so cringy, but you have to look. And I forgot what song he was dancing to, but that's probably one of my favorite parts. If I had to give my favorite scene, definitely has to be either the actual course they did to try out,
mm-hmm.
or when he did his little dance sequence at the party.
Yeah, I can see that too, because I mean, getting back to that first scene where he wasn't speaking in English, I thought that was hilarious. Pretty much the very first few minutes of the movie is when this happened. They introduced The Rock as being this super god, lifeguard guy. But when CJ and Ronnie had this interaction, I thought that was hilarious because in his head, this is going all according to plan. It wasn't until what's his name, Hannibal Buress, I forgot his name in the movie. Dave, right? It wasn't until he was telling him, hey, you might have had a stroke back there. This is where he realized, damn, I might not have been speaking English. I thought that was hilarious. And that joke's been done 100 times already too. A guy, the dorky guy tried to talk to the hot girl, and he can't get the words out. For some reason, that's one of them little comedic things that just never got old to me yet. Because it's redone so many times so well, and this guy did it so well too. I'm that's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. There were a lot of good moments. One of them, that whole sequence where he got his dick stuck in that thing.
Oh yeah, that's one of the
I don't know
him in this whole movie.
I don't know if I find it funny or just over the top ridiculous. It was cringy for me, but not in a bad way. I felt there was a lot of cringe moments, but I didn't think it wasn't so bad to be ugh. This is not the best comic movie. But based off what it was based off, Baywatch, the movie, and Baywatch, the show, I think it worked overall. And they were talking about a sequel. I don't see the sequel happening, but you never know. I mean, a lot of look how long American Pie lasted.
Yeah, true.
It had DVDs and then it had movies, and then people were still seeing it, and like the straight to DVD stuff, horrible. Like I don't even count those as real American Pie movies.
Yeah. I don't think like American Pie is like a cult classic. I don't think this hit cult classic. Or
I mean, but
classic in the future.
like it's like when people first watched the first American Pie.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
A lot of people are like, ew, he's fucking a pie, and like, oh, that's like cliche and stuff. But a lot of things that worked then, if this movie came out like earlier, I think it would get a sequel a lot easier. But now people are like, no, we're not falling for the same things anymore. So you're not gonna get the sequel easier. Cause like even Neighbors with Seth Rogen and the other. Efron. Yeah, and Zac Efron. That got a sequel, and that didn't even have a lot of like. It wasn't the biggest hit, so. But it depends. I heard it had like a really big budget, and they haven't even reached half yet, so I don't think it's gonna get a sequel. But enjoy. I think Rock does comedy pretty well for a big dude, but I think he also needs like the right script.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't know. I feel like The Rock can make diamonds out of turds because you can give him a shitty script.
But I don't think he did it here. And I heard he didn't really do it with Central Intelligence either.
I mean, I can't say much on that movie, but for this movie, I feel like he did fine. Like The Rock has like one overarching personality through like all his movies usually, especially the comedic type movies. He's usually always like, the go-to guy to get some shit done. Like anything he he's been hired to do, he does it exceptionally well, and like he's hailed as some kind of hero for it. Unless we're talking about Doom, but no one talks about Doom anymore. But
I didn't hate Doom. Maybe because I wasn't a fan of the game.
You know what's crazy? I didn't hate it either. That's the crazy part. I feel like we might be the minority and on this in the population right now who don't really hate that movie. But that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't hate Doom. It's just that like, to be honest, I'm gonna get a little tangent. It's okay. Y'all be alright. But video games are hard to make movies out of. Because a video game is focused so much on like the play and everything. It doesn't focus on the story. So when you just pull the story out, it's kind of really hard because then you got to figure out when am I going to insert the fights? How am I going to tie it into the overall story? Even though it got a connection, how am I going to tie it in? And that's the hardest part. And like Doom, I think it was an okay movie. It wasn't all that great. But I wouldn't say it's the worst. But again, I'm not a Doom fan. So sorry to all the game players who love Doom and disagree with me. But I think I agree. Now, I do agree that the Hitman movies, not good. Not good. I don't care what anyone say. Those Hitman movies are bad. And I don't even like Hitman the game. And I was like, no, that's just a shitty movie.
I actually haven't even seen any of the Hitman movies yet. But my thing about that is too. The thing about that is too, like games are usually like, upwards of like 5 hours and change. Way more than 5 hours and change, depending on what game you're playing. Some games that there's technically no end to them. But like, it's hard to make a movie out of something that's like 40 hours long and then condensing it into like 2 hours. Like that's not some easy shit to do. But I was only bringing that up because I was talking about Rock's script, and I was like, you know what, as tropey this is, like I can't really compare it to the original Baywatch either because I never really watched it like that.
I've watched it.
I knew it existed, and I might have seen like a couple of episodes.
I think it was corny.
But yeah, all I know is Pam Anderson was in it and Hasselhoff, and that's literally all I know about it.
Oh yeah, and they both make cameos in the movie.
Pam Anderson pretty much said nothing. She was just there moving in slow motion, but that was
literally what she did on the show too. So it was very in character, and I think they gave her character the same name too.
Yeah.
So like another thing that's kind of hard, I think this movie was trying to be another 21 Jump Street, where they successfully took a TV show, an old TV show, and made it into a movie, and everyone loved it. Mm-hmm. And I think it tried, but I don't think it got there. I don't think it got there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, and this was his first movie that he produced, The Rock. Like, it was probably his first movie he had produced. And, like, casting, there was nothing wrong. I actually think, I can't say her name, but she's the lead girl on Quantico. She plays Liz, the villain. Mm-hmm. She was really good in this movie. I bought that she was an ass and was trying to do all these things. I bought every time. Like, one of my favorite scenes by her, she's probably my second favorite character. And then Mitch comes in like third, was when she stepped on the guy's shoe. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even see it coming though, because I didn't even realize that they fucked up by killing the councilman the way they did. Mm-hmm. And when she stepped on the guy's shoe and was like, "How the fuck could you kill him in front of witnesses?" Yada yada. I thought it was really like devious in how she played it. I thought she did really good with what she was given. I mean, she was definitely like a one-note villain. But you knew her plan, you knew her plot, and she was convincing.
Yep.
And she's very pretty. Like
her plan also, yeah, I'll give her that. She was very, very pretty, and her plan actually was a good one. It's not like a super evil rule the world type plan, and it's a plan we've all heard before. But like the way she delivered it was really good. Like, hey, buy up all the real estate and throw in some drugs, lower the prices down, and get it for yourself. And I was like, this a 3-step plan makes sense, and it's actually being executed really well. Kind of like a little mafia mixed thrown into it a little bit with the way she was like controlling guys getting killed and shit. But I mean, she did pretty good.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry. I just want to throw out. I actually like seeing female antagonists do a good job too. That's one thing I really see rarely these days. That's being done particularly well. And even though it's in like a comedy tropey movie, but I think she pulled it off.
Yeah, she was one of the better parts of this movie. Another thing I wanted to bring up was shit. I might have forgot it. I was like trying to think of it. What was it? It was something else about this movie. Well, I'll go back to it. There's Mitch, The Rock. He's definitely the glue to the team, and like I was kind of waiting for him to come back after he like lost. Oh yeah, now I remember. It's the twist with Mitch's boss. I didn't actually see that coming because everything he was saying to Mitch was really true. So I didn't see it coming that he was like an ass. Mm-hmm. Like I did not see it coming. But that's the only time I was actually surprised.
Yeah.
Because there was no indication that, the boss was shady or anything like that. And so, hey, they got me on one thing. There was like one twist that I saw that I was like, okay, cool. Zac Efron, I don't know if this is weird. We're about to go on a tangent, but he looks weird to me when they zoomed in on his face.
Oh, wow. I don't know where this is going either.
Like, he didn't look normal. Like his tan,
yeah.
Maybe the tan. Maybe if he didn't have that stupid tan or those stupid like frat boy highlights, which I know he's supposed to because he's supposed to be like the guy who was like the asshole who cost his team all this because he was like they didn't care about me, yada yada, whatever. But he looks so freaking weird to me every time they zoom in on his face. Like when they did distance shots and stuff, but when they zoomed in, I was like, you don't look real. You look like, I don't know, you ate steroids and like just tan for like an hour or two. I didn't get it. I was like, you look cuter when you were in High School Musical. Or like before, like maybe 2 or 3 years before. But now I think he's like too buff and too tan to the point. I can't. It was awkward looking at him at certain times. I didn't particularly enjoy that.
I don't know. I got 2 things to say about that. One, the one time I found a word zooming in his face was, I mean, this is the kind of thing you can do with anybody really, but I did when he put the grills in to like, accentuate the fact that he's a complete asshole. That was the only time I found it weird because the last Zac Efron movie I saw was on Neighbors, and like he wasn't that much of an asshole.
He looked normal in Neighbors though. He didn't look normal here though. I don't know what it was.
My only other thing was, holy shit, is this guy in shape? This guy looks like a tiny like right next to The Rock. Like, okay, sure he looks small because everyone's gonna look small next to The Rock, but goddamn, this guy is built. And I know this is not like a man crush happening or nothing like that, but this guy is like, he's in fucking shape. This thing made me like, I don't know, man. This thing made me feel like
gym, right?
I gotta go start bench pressing some elephants to get in that kind of shape, yo. That was, I don't know. He did whatever training regimen he had, maybe with the Rock or some shit, but like that shit worked.
It really did. He was buff, like from head to toe. He had a 6-pack on his tiny torso, the whole thing. And I was just like, hey, good for you.
Jeez.
Even though I still think part of him, he was too buff. Like, there's times, like, I think The Rock is even too buff. Like, especially in, like, Fast and Furious 5. No, dude. I like that he kind of toned it down a little bit. Now I think he looks more normal. I think Zac Efron, even his cheek had muscles. His shoulders had muscles. He had abs. And I was like, dang. I don't know if I feel about that. I think there's a point where buff is just too much.
Here's the thing. I got I forgot the other one. But where I first saw that, like how buff these two really were, was when they're going head to head with each other in the training course, like
carrying
refrigerators and throwing the wheel and doing some other shit. That's where I realized these two guys are cut. Like Zac Efron was already cut in Neighbors, but here he is cut.
Yes.
Like, god damn, this guy got more buff. Like he was already freaking ripped in Neighbors, and he got more ripped somehow. Like he has like. I don't know, man. It's just gonna get pretty gay if I go into it now. But I'm just going into man crush zone now, but damn, this guy was in shape, man. That's all I gotta say. I ain't going.
Well, okay, we can go to in his character. I think he played his character good, and funny enough, I think he played it way too good. I could see him being that person in real life. You know, not douchebag, but like dumb as hell in real life.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he's not because he made. I don't know if this was a smart career move, but I think he made some good decisions comedically, and I think he has really good comedic timing on certain points. But he needs an actor to bounce off. I don't think he can just come up with jokes on his own. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like it's easy to work with The Rock on something like that, though, because especially like during the bloopers, you kind of saw like their what's the name? What's this? What am I looking for? I don't know.
Chemistry.
Damn it! Good job, Shanique.
Yay!
Yeah, like in the bloopers, you could definitely see like they're having like a good ass time, like ad libbing a lot of things, especially with the whole thing about why his balls are talking like that.
Yeah,
that
the scene you see in the trailer. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, man, that's kind of funny, man. It's pretty cool. I really like how they work. Like I don't know, I feel like as far as working with somebody, once you put The Rock beside you, it's kind of easy. Like he's been beside Kevin Hart for a long time now. And I feel like them two, they don't really need anybody to work off of. They're good on their own. But
yeah,
if you want to like propel somebody forward, you can definitely put someone with either of them, and it'll probably work.
Yeah, I have my issues with Kevin Hart. I think they're gonna ruin Jumanji, but that's another podcast for a different time. I guess also one thing I didn't understand. It seemed like Stephanie liked Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
The black girl, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Everyone paired up with them too. I realized that.
When they kissed, she looked at him. I was like, okay, you like him, but they never went off anything on that.
Yeah.
I guess they're trying to save it for a sequel, but which I really don't think is happening. But you never know. Sometimes the movies you're like that, like look how many Resident Evil movies bombs, and they kept going. So you never know. They could get a sequel. I mean, I would watch it, but I might not go to the movie theater for it.
Yeah, I mean, this sequel might just be a straight to DVD thing too. So who knows?
Who knows?
I don't think they're going to involve Rock for straight to DVD, but
he produced it.
Yeah, especially if he's producing it, then he's not going to go straight to DVD. But still, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like everyone paired up with them too, and it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah, I mean,
CJ had Ronnie. Zac Efron had the other chick. Forgetting her name as well. Summer. Damn everything. And their relationship was cool too. Like their flirting was like hella awkward. Like I think when they met, like he was like saying
No, he was flirting. She was just like no. Because he was like, oh, my name is Matt Brody, and she was like, oh, I don't give a fuck.
Did you just look at my boobs? And they went off of that for like 2 minutes, and that was.
And then she bounced him, and he was like, oh. Lost man. I'm like, okay, you gotta set him up. Even though I'm a girl, I even know that was a setup. Because if you're gonna bounce him like that, he gonna look.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. I agree with him on that one point, but she can do better. Matt's kind of like. Then when he drew up, he was a fool at the party and stuff like that. Now, I can't really say I liked Matt towards the end of the movie. I was just like, okay, I don't hate you anymore, but I don't like you either. I like every other character more than him. I even like Leeds more than him. Oh, another favorite character I like, that black guy, the cop.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his name.
Yeah.
They kept saying it, but I didn't really understand what the hell they were saying throughout the entire movie. His chemistry with Mitch was funny.
Yeah. Like, you guys, you're not cops, let me do my job. But he was really doing a good job. All he was really doing was snitching to his boss that they're not doing, lifeguard job. They're doing police jobs on the beach. So I don't know. He was funny though. I'll give him that. You
know who you remind me of? Fucking Morgan from Snatch.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see that too. I can definitely see. I thought he reminded me, like, not even just by looks, but like the way they acted. The black guy from Pineapple Express and Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, Craig something. I forgot.
Yeah, Craig Ferguson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he reminded me of that a lot. But like, yeah, I don't know, man. I really like seeing him. Like, I don't know, Rock. Like, we already said before. But Rock really works well with everybody, so it's like that's one of them things I was kind of glad to see.
Yeah, I mean, depends. I'm still iffy. Is there anything else? Actually, you know who I thought should have got more time? Stephanie. I actually think she's a badass character, but they did not give her a lot of character development. Even though, like, when she bitch slapped that dude, I was like, and he fell down.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I could tell that she works out, but she's one of those women who don't really get muscle. So you're surprised how hard she hits.
Yeah, it's compact muscles, man.
It's like, it's underneath. She's like very thin in arms, and then she goes, She smacked the shit out of that dude. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, I wish you had more character development. Even CJ, she should have had more character development too, but at least you notice her character, and she apparently has some daddy issues, because I was like, that whole rant she went on, I was like, whoa.
I feel like her character development really just centered around her relationship with Ronnie, and how like Ronnie was kind of becoming a little more brave and outgoing and shit, and he actually got like on his third try into the lifeguard.
Yeah, but I liked when you saw her actually in action when they did that rescue from the boat.
Mm-hmm.
You actually saw them in action. Those were the best scenes. Like, I kind of wish we had more of that, and that's in the comedy, because I think it would be a better movie when you actually saw them be like Baywatch, like the show. But it is hard to take a TV show and turn it into a movie. It's really hard, because TV shows build up plots over multiple episodes, which means multiple hours.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trying to condense maybe a half a season plot or a season plot into 2 hours. That is hard.
Yeah, we just said about the video games too, because like it's just really the same concept.
It's very difficult to actually complete that. And based off the TV show they did, I definitely think they did an okay job. One thing I'm glad they played off the whole thing that people used to laugh about Baywatch, was the running in slow motion.
Yeah.
I did like that they did that.
Yeah,
I like
CJ pretty much inherited it first, right?
The cameos of David Hasselhoff and Pamela Anderson was really good. And also, I have one question though that I was kind of confused. Was original Mitch really there in the store with The Rock?
He was there because he saw I think I think there was some kind of interaction between the guy he was explaining the phone to and Mitch. Like he know, yeah, he was definitely there.
Okay, because I wasn't sure when I first saw him.
It looked like it was an illusion at first, right?
Right.
Yeah, I thought so too.
But then, like, the guy in the back was like, "What are you doing?" And I couldn't tell whether he was looking at the white Mitch or the Samoan Mitch. I couldn't tell which Mitch he was looking at. But I was like, okay, maybe he was there. Then yeah, they were both alive, and I don't know if he was actually. I guess he was the same Mitch from the show, because he had him on the key ring.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And if Casey or Kelsey, I forgot how you say Pamela Anderson's character's name, also is this, then they both got to be alive, which is kind of weird if you think about it, but hey.
Well, did they die in a show or something?
No, that they're actually like, still existing in this universe, because they were a TV show.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what they were going for too. Like they, toward those points you just mentioned, they made it look like, hey, this is kind of like a canon thing. Like we're still in the original Baywatch universe. It's just that this one guy named Mitch McCannon inherited everything from a guy named Mitch Buchanan, which I guess is like an homage to him, obviously. But yeah, they even had a little interaction. I don't know if the interaction was like a blooper scene or not, but toward the end in the mid credits or whatever it was.
I think that was just a blooper.
Okay, that might have been a blooper, but I don't know, man.
Because he was like, "Oh, you're gonna compare me to this motherfucker?" Like, yeah. I don't think that was actually in character, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it is probably in the same universe, which would be cool. Like, I have not seen the original Baywatch, like I mentioned, but I thought it was kind of cool that they threw that in there for just to say, hey, this is where the inspiration is coming from. Just gonna throw a little homage to it.
Yeah, I feel that. So overall, like I said, I would have waited a little bit to see this movie in theaters. Not in theaters. Like, I would have waited till it came on Netflix or bought the DVD.
That's probably what's gonna happen too. Yeah.
I don't think I would have seen it at theaters, but it was still a funny movie, and I think you'd laugh. I just think it wasn't worth seeing at theaters. So yeah, I would give it a B-. I don't know. What would you give it?
I'd give it a watch it, because I can't really grade a movie that I know like from the jump will be corny. Like I had it's kind of the same thing like Snatch. Like if I go to give it a grade, I'm gonna give it a C as a movie, but I'm still gonna see the movie. Like I have no problem. I honestly have no problem with the fact that I actually saw the movie.
I thought Snatch was a good movie all the way through, though, even though it was predictable.
Right. I mean,
I gave it a B, but even like for me, if you entertain me, even if you're predictable, like no matter, even songs, like even let's say I'm getting lit to a song, I know it's predictable. I still give it a higher grade because you pull me in. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, if I'm going by that kind of theory, then sure, it would probably be a B. Like, I have no problem with the movie. To be honest, I knew what I was getting myself into. Like, it's not something that I was expecting, like, some revolutionarily, new as far as comedy goes. Like, it's gonna be The Rock. He's gonna be the hero. The bad guy's gonna get blown up. Speaking of the bad guy getting blown up.
Oh, she got blown the fuck up.
The way the movie ended with like all these fireworks, like a giant firework cannon.
That actually surprised me too. I didn't think they were gonna blow her up, like literally. I thought she was gonna get arrested because that's normally what happens on the show. But they were like, no, we killing them.
Yeah, see, I know I mentioned recently about female antagonists. If one thing is to actually get a good female antagonist, another thing to actually like violently kill a female antagonist these days.
I mean, you don't. It's violent, but you don't see it.
Yeah, but you know what happened. Like us men have been taking the brunt of the ass whoopings for a lot of years now, and I guess this is a good thing on the feminist front. Like, hey, even though we can be strong, we can also show we can pull a good antagonistic lead, like And with that, I think she was cool being blown up. I think that was like taken care of very well. They didn't actually show any crazy gore, just like fake leg getting thrown around or whatever. But
yeah, and they had cool. Ronnie like describe it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like the whole what's the name, the morgue scene as well. That was in the trailer. That scene is pretty freaking golden. That actually might be my favorite part of the movie.
The morgue?
Yeah, probably the morgue. Probably either the morgue or the fireworks scene, man. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, no offense, but he actually, I can't even blame Brody for what happened in the morgue, because they would have got caught anyway, because her mom would have called. Yep, that's so true. They would have got caught anyway. But can't really blame them. At first, I was like, nigga, you supposed to hold your stance. And then her mom called, like, oh, they were going to get fucked anyway.
Yep. All that happened.
I think.
And you still touched some man's scrotum. So, some dead man's scrotum on top of that.
Yeah, I wonder if.
Which in the.
I hope that was like a fake one.
Yeah, it was fake. In the movie, they didn't like, I'm sorry, not in the movie, but in the trailer, they didn't like show the actual like dick and balls. There's dick and balls in the movie, so, prepare yourself, I guess.
Okay. That's a lot of prep, like, to make actually like fake.
And yeah, I mean, it would be weirder for me if like you're actually touching a guy's balls on TV.
I mean, people do that all the time, though. There's like, I saw, this is a little tangent, but I was watching Whose Line Is It Anywhere, right? And it was Wayne Brady, and he was singing to this bodybuilder. I don't know if you've seen the clip. And she grabs his nuts on live television. So he can't even finish the song. He just like, Jay, and starts laughing because he's like, she just like rubbed my nuts real quick.
Yeah, it's not distracting at all.
And I was like, hey, people do it all the time, especially on that show. They were grabbing each other all day, every day.
I don't think you can pay Zac Efron enough to like actually like fondle some guy's taint and scrotum.
He's Zac Efron.
I mean, he might. I take that back. He might. I don't know.
What are you talking about? People do it.
Yeah, you never know. But yeah, that was definitely my favorite scene. A lot of good things to find in this movie.
He kissed The Rock.
That also happened. Yep.
Did they actually kiss?
I don't think they actually kissed, but I think it was him and the girl actually kissed. That was the illusion, but she pulled away by the time the illusion fell away, and then The Rock was in front of him. So, it happened.
Yeah, but he was like, so he kissed someone, and assumably it wasn't The Rock, but it wasn't probably that long. It wasn't probably that long. It was probably like his imagination.
Yeah. Right.
But when he actually felt like real lips, it probably was just The Rock's lips. In the movie, in real life, no, I don't think they actually kissed. Even though I saw like an interview, it was like, who's a better kisser, The Rock or the girl? So maybe they made them kiss. Who knows?
That's a weird interview to have, but okay.
It was like one of those fun questions they asked you.
Yeah. I bet it's just kind of because like Zac Efron will be in the middle of it. Like he kissed one girl and then The Rock, so it's like if he did, let's just say, but
because it seemed like he did though.
Because that's the only person in the movie he kissed when you think about it. So
yeah, he did finally kiss the girl, and she was like, "Oh, I gotta go." I like that she plays hard to get. And didn't make it easy for him. Yeah,
because even though that whole like boob staring thing was funny in the first part, it kind of got reversed toward the end, where she was like, "Are you staring at my dick?"
Well, she did that on purpose.
I'm staring at it now because we're talking about it.
Yeah, I think she did that on purpose because I think it became their thing.
Yeah.
But she's still not like, oh, Matt, I love you. She's still playing a little bit with him.
Yeah.
And I think he needs that type of girl because he's used to girls just throwing it at him.
Yeah, you gotta chase, man.
He needs it. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I mean, Only other thing I really want to talk about, honestly, I'm gonna make it quick, but like the scene where he got his dick stuck in the chair.
Oh, we were talking
Absolute
about that
gold.
again. I thought we did.
Oh, did
But
we? Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, that was
how
absolute
did
gold.
how did he get it sideways though?
See, that's what I wanted to figure out in the movie because like, there's no way, no humanly possible way that your dick is sideways, like on a perfect 90-degree angles along with your balls. But anyways, that was done well. See the movie, see what I'm talking about. Like the morgue scene and that scene and the end scene are very cool, and the boat scene, I guess too.
Yeah,
That's
I
pretty
even
cool.
like the little chase scene.
Yeah, they're all pretty good. But yeah, that's the movie, guys. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it in theaters, but if you want to, I think you'll have a good time in theaters. But it's not the best comedy I've ever seen. I think comedies these days are getting a little too typical, but it's a hard genre to be new in. You just gotta depend on your actors to have great comedic timing. But now people want a really good story, so now it's even harder. Like I feel like movies like I said, American Pie and stuff wouldn't work today. They would not work today.
I don't know. I feel like it held up well over time. Like I feel like the early American Pie movies would hold up.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's a classic.
Yeah,
like even American Wedding was fine. It was because that made money and people loved it because the whole series together kind of closed off the series really well. But I'm saying if American Pie, the first one came out, everyone would be like, oh, it's too cliche, blah, blah, blah. I don't think people would enjoy it as much as it did. Because when American Pie came out, it was shocking, like, what the people were doing. Yeah. Now, it's nothing. It's like...
It's kind of like if Superbad came out now. Like, the Superbad thing got, milked to death. Along like movies like The Hangover, like, we in the trailers before this movie started, we saw pretty much like 2 movies that already took ideas from Hangover. Like, hey, group of fans did some illegal shit and now they gotta go fix it, and they're all like drunk or on drugs.
Hangover isn't even original either.
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I don't know,
but like we saw 2 movies that were basically the same movies but different like races. Yeah. Like Girls Trip and Rough Night are the same. Well, not.
I don't think there's a murder in that one, but
we never know. I haven't seen Girls Trip, but they're the same movie, and it's kind of weird because I feel like most people are going to see Rough Night over Girls Trip.
Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, that's the movie, guys.
Yeah. So, let's close this out. So, guys, please leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. Give us suggestions of any movies that you might want us to see. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.